In this video, we will be dividing whole numbers by fractions using a model. So I like to think of these as kind of like food models. So when you're seeing these pictures, I've gone ahead and drawn the pictures for you. But you might see like one sandwich, two sandwich, three sandwich, or candy bars. I like to think of them as food models. Let's go ahead and jump into this very first problem. Our very first problem says 3 divided by 1/5. All right, 3 divided by 1/5. As you can see, I've gone ahead and made your 3 rectangles for you. Kind of takes a little bit of the stress out of that. So your job is going to be to divide these rectangles. Now, when we're deciding what we're going to divide them into, you're going to take a look at that 1/5. We're going to divide each of them into fifths. So the important thing to remember as you're dividing things, as if you want to divide something into fifths, you're going to draw 4 lines. It'll make more sense once you see it, but that's the way it's always going to work. If you're going to divide something into thirds, you draw 2 lines. If you're going to divide something into fourths, you draw 3 lines. So let's go ahead and try to draw 4 lines that are pretty evenly spaced apart. Doesn't have to be perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. So as you can see, I've got 1/5 here, 1/5 here, 1/5 here, 1/5 here, and 1/5. So we got 5/5. And we're going to do that with all 3 rectangles. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. Just try. So as you can see, we've done our 3 rectangles, 1, 2, 3, and each of them is divided into fifths. So the way we're going to find our answer is find out how many pieces we have. So this would be like if I said take 3 candy bars and divide each of them into 5 pieces. How many pieces of a candy bar you're going to have? Well, you have 5 in this one, 5 in this one, and 5 in this one. So I know I've got 15 pieces after I divide those 3 candy bars into 1/5 pieces. Looks good, looks good. Let's jump into the next one. 4 divided by 1/3. So just like last time, I've gone ahead and drawn out your 4 rectangles for you. And these don't always have to be rectangles. You could use circles. You could use squares. I use rectangles here because I think it's easier to divide up rectangles than it is circles sometimes. So let's go ahead and divide up our rectangles. We're going to divide them into 3 pieces each, which means we're going to use 2 lines on each one. 1, 2. That's 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. So again, we're going to divide each of these 4 rectangles into 3 pieces. And our goal, our answer, is going to be how many pieces do we have now? If I had literally taken scissors and cut in all 4 of these rectangles into thirds, how many pieces would I have? This one's got 3, plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 3 is 12. So our answer would be 12. If I take these 4 rectangles and divide them each into 3 pieces, I'm going to end up with 12 pieces. Looks good, looks good. Let's come on down to the next one. Uh-oh. Looks like it froze. There it comes. Let's go ahead and take a look at this next one. We've got 6 divided by 1/2. 6 divided by 1/2. So for this one, we're going to do the exact same thing. You have 6 rectangles here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're going to divide each of them into 1/2. Now, just like when you divide into thirds, you draw 2 lines. When you divide into half, you're just going to draw 1 line. So cut each of these into halves, and then we're going to go back and see how many pieces we have now. So let's say we took our 6 candy bars and we divided each of them in half. How many pieces do we have? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I hope you're seeing the pattern that is emerging here. Let's go ahead and dive into the next one. Remember to pause or rewind the video if you need to. I want you to try this one on your own. 5 divided by 1/4. Now, when you're getting started with this, I want you to really think about how many lines you need to draw. How many lines should you draw? Go ahead and work it out. For this one, since we're dividing 5 bars into 4 pieces, you're going to draw 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1. I actually can't draw any farther than that. Something's up with my pen. 2, 3. That's a little messy, but it's okay. So now we're going to go and we're going to count and see how many pieces we have. We have 4 in this one. Let's highlight them when we're done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We've got 20 pieces. We took our 5 bars, divided them each into 4 pieces, and we've got 20 pieces now. Make sure you got the same answer I did and your drawing looks similar to mine. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. We've got 2 divided by 1/6. 2 divided by 1/6. Go ahead and see how you can work this out. All right, for this one, all right, so for this one, you should have divided each of these 2 bars into 6 pieces. And if we're going to divide into 6 pieces, you need to make sure that you're only drawing 5 lines. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. Now we just need to count up how many pieces we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Beautiful. Your answer is 12. I hope you got the same answer I did. Let's move on to the last question. For this last question, it says Carly bought 3 king-size candy bars. If she cuts them all into thirds, how many pieces will she have? So for this one, I want you to write out your problem up here. Oh, let's do that in highlighter. I want you to write out your problem up here and then solve it using the candy bar models below. All right, you should have said 3 king-size candy bars divided into 1/3 pieces. So let's go ahead and divide up our candy bars. 1 line, 2 line, 1 line, 2 line, 1 line, 2 line. Let's count up how many pieces we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 9 pieces. If we divide those 3 king-size candy bars up into thirds, we've got 9 pieces of candy bar. Double check your work and make sure your work matches mine. Make sure to ask any questions if you have them, and go ahead and get started on your classwork.